Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on Afroturkagrotv, where we explore ideas and where we explore ideas, innovations, and opportunities surrounding sustainable agriculture and agribusiness across Africa. As we all know, agriculture is not just about growing food, it's also about developing economies and shaping the future. And I remain your host, Koinsala Abajoside. And today we have a guest and who is going to be talking to us on the topic how to start and build a profitable beekeeping business in Nigeria and also in Africa. I have today with me Mr. Olaoye, the CEO of King's Farm. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program, sir. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Thank you, Queen Stella. My name is Olawi Adidayo Joseph, popularly known as King's Honey Farm. I'm the founder of King's Honey Farm here in Nigeria, Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. So let's begin. How do we, for Africans who wants to enter beekeeping, what are the most important environmental and ecological factors that we must evaluate before setting up an apiary?
Okay, thank you. Um, Firstly, what you need to set up an apiary is determination.
Okay.
Determination, love for the bees. You have to have a kind of natural love to accommodate bees. That's the first thing you need to have, and determination to face any challenges come maybe. So practically, if you want to start an apiary, successful apiary farm, you have to have a designated area, a well suitable area for beekeeping, which is more kind of far away from the public, the community, the society. You understand? Because bees are kind of um, uh, they like very cool area. They like a very silent area and area like bush, forest, where they can have enough pollution. I love flowers. I love enough pollinations. They will have access to enough pollinations, such as flowers. All these beautiful greens, water. Yes. So you need a very calm environment to start as a beekeeper. And when we are talking about materially, their housing, we call their housing hive. So
Okay.
yes, this is the hive here. I don't know if you can see. So we have the hive. The hive. Can you see it clearly?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I will be showing you. So
Okay.
this is the cover. So this is the cover. I'm showing you an existing old hive. An existing old hive is the one that is very good to for someone that wants to have a kind of fast harvest. So these are what we call turbars,
Okay.
turbars. So and this is the hive itself. I don't know if you can see it. So
Yes, we can.
this hive is called Kenya hive. We have different type of hive. We have last hive. That one is majorly used in Europe. You understand? But this one, we call it Kenya hive. So
Okay.
it's built like this. You can see. So these are the hives. These are the turbars going to be arranged like this. So I'll be explaining that later. So, but these are the basically what you need, and you need your smoker. This is your smoker. You need your
Okay.
smoker. You need your glove. You can
Okay.
see. You need your glove. You need your costume wear. This is the main man costume wear. So I'm going to probably, if possible, I can still wear it before the end of the video. Um, you have your farm shoe. You have your farm shoe. You have your farm shoe. So that is the very four basic thing you need. A land that is secured away from thefts, from predators. Those that know, those that know, they just set your hives abyss and steal away the honey. So you have to have a very secure area first, a very secure land. That's the very first thing. And then you proceed to having your hive and the smoker and the shoe, glove, and the costume wear. So that's the basic things you need to have. And first and foremost, and I forget to mention that you firstly need to have the knowledge of what you want to go into. I don't know if you understand that. You can't just jump into any business without having a full details of the knowledge. So you have to have a full details of the knowledge, what you want to do. Then practically you get the land, then you get the hive and those that are this materials that I've mentioned. So that those are the basic things you need to have as a beginner. Thank you.
That's a very wonderful insight on on the ecological and also the environmental factor to look into before setting up an hive. Like you said, for example, we have to look for an area that is free from predators, as well as areas that are is calm and full of trees that contains flowers. That's a very insightful one. Now let's take it a step further. What for us, for someone who is inexperienced and who wants to go into bee farming, what are the things to consider? What are the How can the person start basically? Like sourcing for bees, inspection schedule, feeding, pest control, everything that contains how to set up a bee farm. Like what are the step-by-step action a beginner should follow in the first 6 months or more to successfully set up a bee farm, in your opinion, sir?
So there's no way you can do it alone without having a guide of an existing beekeeper for
Okay.
easy productivity. Now, all those that I've mentioned are those things that you need as a beginner. You know, all the
Okay.
materials that I've mentioned earlier on, those are the things you need. Then you move with a beekeeper. Then the beekeeper, the experienced one, will guide you on how to set up your farm because you can't just place your hive anyhow. We have where your hive can face, maybe based on the land scope. You understand? No, the hive must be facing sunrise. Sunrise. So when your hive, when an existing beekeeper gets to your farm, he will be able to look around and tell you how to position your hive. So it's not that just you are going to just place you're going to place your hive just anyhow. No, it has it has positioning. So after that, you will need you need you need to write down details. You need to give down details. The day you set down your hive, you need to note it. And there is procedure. We have ways of you collecting bees into the hive. The very first one is through baiting. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Am
yeah.
I communicating? Okay, all right.
Yes, we can.
The very first one is through baiting. Through baiting by we have some kind of you can use honey itself to bait your hive. That is when we are talking about new hive. A new hive needs a lot of attention by you baiting it constantly for honey to come, for bees to come, to attract bees. As I'm talking to you presently, those the material that I'm having with around myself is already attracting them. They are already you will see them very soon now. They will be coming. So you need to be baiting them. So things that you can be using to bait them. One is honey itself. You can get if you have sugar syrup, you can get it. And we have wax. I don't know if you can see this. We have bee wax itself. So these are part of byproducts of bees. So you can easily, you can easily melt it. When you melt it, it's going to liquidify, and you can use it to bait your new hive.
Oh,
Another thing to bait your hive, we have a lot of materials that's but majorly what a professional use is honey, anything that relates to honey, anything that comes from bees themselves. So it's always easy for you to use to bait your hive. When you melt this, it will look like oil. To look like oil. Then you take it, then you rub it around the tall bars one by one.
hmm.
So
Okay.
one by one, you place it down, you know, one by one. That's it. So um, those are the things you need. And when it comes to, I made mention of you writing down your procedures. The day you set it down, the day you bake it, then you will be coming to inspect it constantly, at least 3 times, twice in a week, at least twice in a week. So that means you will not be too far away from your farm if you are just starting. If you are just starting, don't be too far away from your farm, from your hive, because when you bait your hive, things happen. We have something we call um sorry um there are some certain group of bees from the colony that will come to inspect what you bait. In fact, before you leave your hive, you will be seeing them coming one by one. I'm trying to remember the one particular name we use for them. So they will be checking, is this place conducive for their queen to come in? Wow, there's food here. Wow, this is lovely. Wow, let's go and tell our queen, because in a colony, we have one queen. A queen makes up a colony of a bee. So they will go back and tell the soldiers that we have a new house that is very conducive for us. So that is when they will now come and settle down in your hive when they discover that you are having a very comfortable peace. Then, when you are not too far away from your hive, you'll be able to note, to detect exactly the day they come in. Maybe at the day I comes to check my hive today, I did not see anything. I did not see the colony coming out and going in. Then I now waited another 2 or 3 days. I came back, I come back, and I discovered that they are already inside. That day will be the day that I will note down that they colonized, that my hives has been colonized. Then I will note it down. Then you will start counting from the day they colonize. Now let me make it simple for us to understand. Don't have the mind of harvesting within 6 months as a beekeeper. Don't always have the mind of harvesting um, as a beginner, because a new hive, we have two type of colony that can comes inside. We have heavy colony and we have simple colony. You might not likely to tell what kind of colony they are at the first or second day they comes in. What do we understand by simple colony? Simple colony are the very small quantity of a colony that enter your hives, and every colony is the large colony. I mean, they are very much. Now, me and you can agree that the duration at which every colony we use to gather a lot of honey will be more faster than the simple colony. You understand? So for a heavy colony, it can take within 7, 8 months for you to have a very large number of honey in your hive. Because in my own present hive, if I have a very full honey, I can have 15 to 20 liters at once in one colony, in one hive. So, but if it's simple colony, it can take a year or probably leave them for that period for them to eat what they gather because they are small, so that they will be reproducing. They will be reproducing to become an heavy colony. Hope I'm still
Mm.
communicating.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, so that is advantage of you noting down your your bees when they colonize. And when you discover that these bees are not much, that they are simple colony, it's always advisable for you to give them space to reproduce and to adapt with their new home, which is always take almost a year or more than maybe 14 months. Then you can now come back and have something for yourself. So I don't always advise a new beginner to be rushing within 6 months to pack anything unless you discover that you have a heavy colony. And after 6 months, because if you have heavy colony January, by July, their production might not too much, because the main time you always have heavy honey is during, I'm talking about Nigeria, Africa, I don't know, based on our own climates, based on our own weather. So that is what we use to judge it. So I don't know if that's how it is around the world. So around December and January, that is we call that one dry season. You understand? Amatan. So that time they will have more combined honey. So if you set up your hive around June, July, the rest assured, if you have every colony, the rest assured that you are going to have harvest good honey around January, December, January. But if you set your hive during January, I say just calm down, because you cannot have every harvest during June, July, which is 6 months interval. Even you cannot be certain that when immediately you put down your hive, you bait it, you cannot 100% be sure that they will colonize within 2 months or 3 months. So that is why as a beginner and for new hive, the duration is always different. But for old
mm.
hive like this, there's always a certainty. I'm still coming back to that. So let me see. So feeding, I don't know if I should go on explaining feeding.
Yes, you can.
I've talked about
Briefly.
first ahead. Okay, there's something I omitted. How you can source for your bees. I've mentioned I've mentioned baiting, and there's another thing I omitted was you can you can research or you can go on adventure into the beast into the forest or into the bush to get uh colonies that hang on a tree. They are looking for where to go. They don't have home. They are homeless. So you can collect it and bring it into your own hive. And as well, maybe there is a swarm. Bees are swarming from one place to another, and they hang on your neighbor's roof.
Okay.
You as a beekeeper, that's the profit for you. You can go and collect it and bring them into their new home. So those are the ways to source
Mm,
for bees, and you can even purchase. There are some companies that specialize on rearing queens, bee queen,
mm,
and selling it.
mm.
Yeah, for to make a colony. Yeah, so I think I've mentioned, I'm done with that. So feeding. So now in our own area, we don't really need feeding. We don't really need feeding because we are already blessed with everything bees need. So what are the things that they need? That is flower, nectars. Nectars, that's small particles. If you look closely, sorry, let me bring the flower. Okay, so these are the small particles the bees comes from. Nectars, the small particles. So if you look at if you look, they have a basket, two baskets at their leg. Whenever you see them on on a flower, look closely to them. You will see they will be packing the nectars into their baskets. So that is what it will take to make their honey. So some people always misconcept bees that maybe it's their sheets or something that they are using for honey. No, they are using. So when you have all this around you, you have different flowers, you have plants that produces a lot of fruits. You don't need to feed them manually again. So the only way you can feed them is maybe you lack all these trees, flower, maybe everywhere is just dry, there's no water. So you can take a bowl of water, put it around their hive, so they will come for it. So you can take all these anything sugary, when you peel a pineapple, all that pineapple peels, everything, cocoa, when you remove cocoa pod, you understand? So you can collect all those musty water from cocoa pod. You can give it to them. You can take it. You can bring it closer to their hive. They will feed on it and they will make use of it for your own good. And some people in Europe and outside, they sell only feed. But in Africa, we already have what we will need for feeding.
Realistically, you've explained how to start a beekeeping business, how to source for bees, how to feed them, and the likes. Realistically, how much do you think would cost to set up a bee farm? How much is it going to cost to get the hives, to set up the bees, even if you want to buy queen or something? How much is it going to cost realistically?
Yes, for that question, um, are we? I don't know. The price for I don't know the price for the make hive. It's differ from state to
Okay.
state or country to country. Okay, but
Okay.
if I'm going to judge with my own hand, with I, you know, you getting a land is, I don't know, I can't estimate that. It's
Okay.
some people can rent a land, some people can
Okay.
inherit a land, some people can, just yes, borrow and rent. They are almost the same. So aside land or aside farm, very first thing you need to get is your hive. So in Nigeria, currency, one hive is made of 30 to 35,000 naira, depending on type of wood used. Yeah, 30 to 35,000 naira, depending on type of wood. And your costumes. Mine, this costume is made from my own hand. You know, we made it. So this costume goes around 40,000 naira, full kit. So realistically, let me say with 100,000 naira because this goes for 8,000 naira. Yes, 85, 8,005. And smoker, your smoker. This smoker goes for 25,000 naira. So for a beginner, you can start with 100,000 naira. You can own a hive with your costume.
Okay. Thank you. A question
You're
just came
welcome.
to my mind right now, just pop up in my mind. What is the purpose of the smoker, if I may ask?
Okay. I will demonstrate it for you now.
Okay.
So smokers are used. Okay, during this time period now, we have sunny. We are sunny day, and if you want to harvest at this period, the bees are always aggressive. They are
Mm.
very, very aggressive under the hot weather. So anytime, even anytime you want to, as a beginner, anytime you want to harvest, when you, this is how your hive is going to look like. Let me demonstrate it so it's not just going to be, okay, hold on. So let's just say we have the full setup of hive. So this is the cover. You have your cover. Then if you want to, this is the very first thing you're going to use. I'm trying to demonstrate something. So you make use of this coconut waste. I don't know what to call it. This coconut waste. Then you you remove it and put it inside. Can you see? Am I
Yes.
communicating?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you remove enough of it. You put it. Then you light it up. You light it up. You allow it to make smoke. You allow it to make smoke. So let's just say we already have enough smoke because of our time. Then you start puffing. You see, I'm pressing, I'm puffing it. The smoke will be coming out. Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see that the smoke is coming out? The reason why it's not coming out more is because I've not allowed it to make enough smoke. You understand?
Okay.
So I need to puff the smoke around the cover. So it will alert the bees that, hey, something's about to happen. So they will all rush to go and cover up their queen. They will gather at a location in the hive. They will not scatter again. Everybody was busy working, 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 working until the beekeeper comes and alert them that I'm about to open the house. I'm about to open the house. So yeah, gather up, gather up. So everybody will gather up to go and defend the queen. So that is the essence. Then you will now be able to open. When you open your hive, you will see that they will all give space for you to be able to check your honey. So this is how. So your honey, your bee, your comb. One comb is set like this, straight up. One like this, down. Two. So that is how they arrange it systematically. So
Mm.
when you puff, when you puff your smoke, then it will allow them to shed out comb, from the comb. You bring one up, you puff it, but immediately you puff everything, they already pass. So you can drop if it's only you, if you are the one walking. So just make sure you puff enough smoke so they can gather to one direction. Then you will be bringing out your comb from third bar. One third bar consists of a um, comb. So then you will start scraping the ripe honey. We have ripe honey and unripe honey in
Mm.
an hive. So when you check everything, you discover the um, covered honey. The covered one are the one we call ripe honey. They would have covered it up. So they are telling you that they are done with the honey, with serving it. So you can now collect it. Then you'll be able to know which one is egg because among the comb, you will see the existing egg. So you will leave the one that has egg. Then you will get only the ripe honey. That's the ripe honey is the best honey for human consumption. So that's the essence of the smoker. I hope I answer your question.
Question. That's very insightful. Even for me, who is not experienced, now if I see something like that, I know what to do and what it is used for. Thank you so much. So, beyond honey, what untapped income streams can exist in African beekeeping that many beginner overlook? I think you made mention of it when you started the when we started the episode. Like, okay, these are also the products of bees. So, can you
Yes.
expatiate more on it?
Okay. So here we have that is what we call our bee wax. Who can believe
Okay.
that these products, can you say it clearly?
Yes.
Huh? Who can believe that it is only it is bees products? It is taken from bees and it's very strong. This I've been keeping this for the past 3 years like this, as it is like this. So it's wax, bee wax. If you can see it very well, it's bee wax. So you can melt it as candle. So these are the products some intercontinental hotel, big hotel, stars hotel make use of. All these beautiful little candles that they set up at dating table. You know, it comes from this. So this is what we convert it to. When I met this, I have a friend, you know, that has a container that when he met it, everything he will now, put wool. He will put wool, turn it to candle, then put some coloring to make it, maybe you want red, maybe you want blue, any color, you will have the color. Then you have your beeswax candle. Then the
Mm,
aroma is so sweet, so lovely. That's why they use it at dating. What is it called? Very beautiful setting table. So that's one. Another thing is, it's byproduct. It is byproduct of bees. This is byproduct of bees, of comb, bee comb. So I did mention that we can use it to bait your hive. You can as well as use it to bait your hive. So another thing people overlook from it is that we can use it to make black soap. Very
mm,
medicinal. Very, very, very. Oh, I don't know if there's a word for very medicinal. So there are some material you just have to. Oh, sorry. Let me plug my power bank. So there are some materials that you just have to add to it to make a black soap. So those are the beautiful things about. You see, these are the only insects that produces food for human consumption, and they are the most friendly insects we should encourage in our environments. They help us to live. These are very wonderful. So that is essence of that. So I hope I answered that question. Those are the things that we overlook in
that
and sorry, um
okay.
honey. You know, there are different type of honey. I've not mentioned that. I think I should mention this. We have different type of honey. You know, have you heard about bitter honey? Okay, we have bitter honey. Honey that you're gonna put in your mouth and it's gonna feel a little bit bitter. Oh my God. That is that is another expensive honey. It is more expensive than the normal sweet honey. So how do we get that? Do I need to explain that here? Yes, we have bitter honey. So I'm trying to tell you that there are some products in bees that you can get. So we have bitter honey, it's very medicinal. So and we have stingless honey. We have stingless honey. This is from stingless bee. You know that we have some bees that they can't sting. So their products can be used to, for some African, concoction. I don't know,
Okay.
African herb,
Okay.
African herb. So that's just it.
Thank you so much,
So
sir.
I've
So,
mentioned I've mentioned the uses of beekeeping. Okay.
okay. You want to say something?
No, I just want to recap a bit, but it's okay.
You can recap.
Okay, I've mentioned use of bee wax and how you can turn it to and you can monetize it, by turning it to handle for for companies that needs it or personal individuals that needs it. And I have talked about there are some certain honey that you can get from your apiary, and it will be more expensive than the original that the normal it's all everything is original than the normal honey, and that's things that people overlook from apiary. Thank you.
So now we've come to the end of the program. What is one thing you would love to say to government, stakeholders, and everyone watching to support that you think is needed to support the regional and regional expansion, and also to support people that will be coming into beekeeping? What is that one thing you would love to leave with everyone listening, as well as government supporters and stakeholders?
The network. Um, The network is unstable presently.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. You said
I
what?
said, I said, in conclusion, what is one thing you would love to leave to people who are hearing currently to know to support and to strengthen the demand for quality honey as well as to position African honey competitively in the global market?
Okay. Firstly, I want to encourage everybody that African honey is the best. I can't lie to you because our bees are very, very active. So, and I want to encourage the government to make availability for beekeepers to be able to have a special place, a reserved environment for beekeepers to operate in order for us to make more original honey, to flood the markets. When we have more original honey flooding the markets, it will be it will be easier for people to detect or to know the difference between fake and the original. Because if people does not have access to the original, they won't know the original. They won't differentiate. They will just be consuming anything, and which is very, very not good for the health. So I'm encouraging the youth and everybody to look. Oh, God.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to our program. We appreciate your presence and thank you to our listeners because we've been able to learn how to how to start and build a profitable beekeeping business. We hope that when we invite you once again, you will join us on this program. And thank you to everyone listening
Thank
once
you.
again. And if you have any question or anything you would love to share on this program, feel free to contact the number shown on the screen, and we would love to have you on our program. So till I come your way again, I remain your host, Koinsala Abadeside, and enjoy